I got like 2 timeouts left. Y'all don't need to really go huddle here. Trying to get into field goal range at least. You're not getting a touchdown out of this unless you get a big play. Oh, look how slow this dude is. You just know Matt Ryan. What are you doing? Why are you trying to stay in? You know, he picked up the first down. I guess that's all that matters. I guess that's all that matters in this situation. I mean, he's trying to fight for yards. Well, I'm just looking at him like, bro, just get out of bounds. I don't know what you're trying to do there, but just get out of bounds. Hi, boy. Another day, another day, another day, another day. What is this? Wow. Washington blew out Minnesota today. Okay. All right, good job, Wizards. You already know I'm going to add these here. They've wasted like a lot of time here. Okay. And there's a. Wow. You can't trust this team to do anything. Colts look awful. They just look awful. Oh, crap. One thing. Give me a second here, guys. Just doing one thing here. All right. I think we should be good to go for the most part. Um, this should be an interesting conversation here. Should be an interesting session for the most part. Have no idea where this is gonna go, but should be a fun one. Should be a very fun one. What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Wow, this Colts team is so bad. This Colts team is so bad. Oh my god. That kicker might as well just head back to the sideline. You are not getting an opportunity here. This Colts offense can't move the ball worth a damn. I thought you weren't going to stream. No, I was planning to stream, but I already knew I wasn't going to stream the Monday Night Football game, so I had no obligation to start. Look at this. 4 of 11 for 27 passing yards and an interception. This is pathetic. Oh my god, they're atrocious. Oh my god. This is why I'm glad I'm not doing this, bro. This is why I'm glad I'm not live streaming this game. This is awful. This is awful. What is this? You can't even the ball's right in your hands. Like you can't catch. All right, let me stop wasting time with this. They're going into halftime. What's was this? 13-3, 16-3? No, 16-3. Steelers are pretty much gonna win this game easily. The Colts ain't about you know what. Anyway, not here to waste your time. What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Um, wait, let me see what happens here. I guess they're gonna get a field goal attempt here. Sorry, the game's happening, so that's kind of what I'm in the middle of. But what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Give me a second. Oh boy. Ah, y'all know really. Alright, Ray, it never ceases to surprise me. It never seems to surprise me with the level of timing that these phone calls come. I just started the stream and someone had to call me at the same time. Great timing. Great timing, by the way. Great timing. Speaking of great timing, the Steelers are absolutely dominating this game against the Colts. The Colts don't even look like a football team. They blocked this field goal. I mean, what else could you ask from Pittsburgh here tonight? They're doing everything right. Yeah, the Steelers are going to win this game with ease. So good for them. But let's forget about that. Let's actually get on topic here today. So originally, I wasn't really planning to come out here and speak on this specific topic because I was going to talk more about, just recapping the game and talking about John Harbaugh's press conference. But something happened yesterday that I actually didn't know. See, I wasn't aware that this happened because I wasn't on social media after the game. I went to go do some other things. I was busy. I had to do some work. And then in between doing some work and then going into the live stream, I didn't know about this tweet that Lamar Jackson posted. And then in the live stream last night before I ended it, a couple of you guys talked about the tweet. And I'm like, yeah, I went and saw the tweet and I saw what happened there. But I couldn't really talk about it at that time. Well, that tweet obviously stirred up the media and led to the situation that came here today. I was prepared to talk about the game, but I guess we have to focus on this. We have plenty of time, so we'll probably at some point talk about what we got to do moving forward to prepare for the Denver Broncos, the team's improvements. We'll probably talk about that at some point, but I do want to talk about this situation regarding Lamar Jackson, and it's a big part of why the title of this stream is what it is, Lamar Jackson versus the media, because it's another situation where you're seeing the media once again find a way to just come at Lamar Jackson for anything. It don't matter what Lamar Jackson says. It don't matter what he does. The media will find a way to make it a subject to talk about and discuss. And with this one was quite the doozy. So yesterday, obviously Ravens flock, we suffered an embarrassing loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars. We had no reason losing that game. We lost another game. We had no excuse losing. We should have won that game. You were in control, and once again, you found a way to lose. So we lost in embarrassing fashion. Everybody was frustrated. We could definitely tell Lamar Jackson was frustrated because when you saw in the press conference, Lamar was not in the mood to hear any stupid questions. He wasn't in the mood to hear any questions directly coming at him. He wasn't just in the mood to deal with that press conference. Homeboy was legitimately pissed, and he was showcasing his anger in that press conference. So you could tell he was already on edge. He was furious. He could not believe they lost that game. He was so pissed, and it just showed up there. So you deal that. You come from that, and he ends up posting. It was like a shared tweet, I believe. Alex, the guy who does the highlights. Awesome guy. What is it? Highlights Heaven? Guy's awesome. Alex does top tier work. He's always been fantastic. So he posted some tweet about a Ravens fan that was losing their mind to the... Speaking of that, I love it. During halftime, you're showing the exact touchdown that cost us the game and just show the 2-point conversion. Perfect timing, because I was just talking about that game. Thank you for letting me relive that pain. Why are you doing this to me? Who told you to show that game? Thank you. But yeah, Alex, he posted a tweet about a Ravens fan that was losing their mind to us losing that game against the Jaguars, which, by the way, that video was funny. That dude was like, we lost to the Jaguars. It was funny. It was hilarious. But yeah, he posted, and Alex was like, damn, compared to what this guy's doing, whatever I was complaining about and being pissed off about, man, I take it back. This guy's got it. And Lamar was in agreement with him. And in that comment section, there was one person that just decided to say something that provoked Lamar. It was regarding his contract. It's like, well, the way Lamar is playing, I don't think he deserves the money he should get. Or if he really wants the money he should get, he should play like this or do that. It was regarding that. And Lamar saw that and he popped off. Now, I've been saying this for a while now. Lamar Jackson this season has been on demon time. He's been on demon time since the offseason. Like, if you saw him on social media in the offseason, Lamar Jackson's been on demon time.
He's been on demon time. If you come at him, he's going to respond. And in this situation, that fan said something regarding the contract, saying if he really believes he deserves that money, or if he really wants that contract that he's begging for, he needs to perform like this or do that. And Lamar was not having it. He spazzed out and just absolutely cooked that guy. He just roasted him. He straight up just roasted him. And the tweet in the response that he put there, that way he was roasting him, that ended up being the topic of conversation. So that tweet ended up being, obviously anything Lamar says is always being monitored. So that tweet ended up going viral, and it got in front of every media outlet you possibly can imagine. Any sports media outlet, they saw that and they knew what they were going to be talking about today. But, you know, we already knew what was coming up. And once I saw that last night, I knew what was coming up. But I wasn't prepared to see what I saw, because it started with Jameson. Everyone knows Jameson. He's one of the one of the writers and reporters. He works for ESPN, and he does the Ravens segments on ESPN. He's constantly covering the team. He's one of their media guys as well. So Jameson wrote an article in regards to that tweet. And in that article, he basically came out, he called out Lamar and bashed him, and basically said that the response Lamar had was promoting, it was disrespectful, and it was promoting some sort of anti-gay propaganda. Like it was going against the LGBTQT community. Like he was just promoting some anti-gay propaganda. That's basically what the article was going in. It was just crushing Lamar, saying he was doing all his behavior is unacceptable. His behavior is unacceptable, and this response to this fan, the way he chose to act, is unprofessional. And he's promoting this level of anti-hate against gay people. He basically did that, which is basically slandering Lamar's name and saying that he was going out there and kind of promoting, or kind of based on his response, he was somehow quote unquote promoting an anti-gay message, because he basically told him to go eat. You know what? I'm not gonna say it here, but you know what? If you saw the tweet, you know what he said. He basically, which is something everybody has said. People have said that to their friends at school. When you have people piss you off, you've said it. It's never been a situation where it's about anything regarding any sort of sexual preference. It has nothing to do with your sexual preference or anything regarding that. It's an insult. Basically saying that is the same thing as flicking someone off and telling them to go F themselves. It's just that. It was an insult. It wasn't a sort of message that was supposed to be against gays. That was not what it was. It was a simple insult. But Jameson took that and wrote an article that basically said Lamar was anti-gay, or this comment is promoting some sort of anti-gay propaganda, and that's where it started. So he wrote that for ESPN, and that exploded. And then ESPN throughout the day was having segments regarding that in response to that. And they were absolutely crucifying Lamar and basically agreeing with what Jameson was saying and repeating that, saying that what he's saying here is insensitive and it's promoting hate against gays or some crap like that, which, again, the comment wasn't doing that. It was a comment that was a basic insult that many people have done before. Many people have said that as an insult. It has nothing to do with someone's sexual preference. Hell, based on what he said, that's not even anti-gay if you're really trying to break it down, but that's the way the media rolled with it. You had people all over ESPN talking about it. They were talking about it on FS1. Skip and Shannon talking about it. Skip was definitely going at Lamar, saying, "You're Lamar Jackson. You shouldn't be focusing on what these random guys are saying on Twitter. You shouldn't be responding to them. It's beneath you." Skip always says that with these athletes. Shannon basically just gave Lamar advice. Basically the same advice he's given to all players after a tough loss. He says, give yourself 24 hours to get away from social media and not engage with these fans, because they're just trying to rile you up and get a reaction. And in this case, that's what happened. Honestly, the advice Shannon Sharp gave on his take on this Lamar segment wasn't really bad. I thought it was a good take, and he gave some sound advice. I really do believe players should not be on social media minutes after the game, specifically because fans are going to come at you directly, and you're human. I always say it. These guys are human. These guys are human. These guys are human beings. So they're going to react if you're saying trash about them. They're not robots. I get they're professionals. They're millionaires. They're supposed to be put on this pedestal and act a certain way because they're a professional athlete, but they're still human. If you insult somebody, they're gonna retaliate and respond back. It's just human nature. Which is why I feel like sometimes these athletes, man, you know that people are gonna come at you, especially after a tough loss. Especially if you're the quarterback, that's going to happen. So the best thing you should be able to do is just stay away from the media at that time and kind of get away with it. If you choose to engage, they're going to come at you, and you being human, you're going to retaliate. And that's what Lamar did there. Now, me personally, I wasn't mad at Lamar retaliating. I get it. He's human. Legitimately, I get it. He's human. He's a human being, and he's going to react if somebody's saying something that's to piss him off. If someone's taking a shot at him or coming at him a certain way he doesn't like, he's going to respond. He's human. So I wasn't mad at Lamar Jackson responding that way. I wasn't mad personally, but I understand where Shannon Sharp was coming from in his take today when he was saying that players should just take 24 hours to stay away from social media because the fans are going to look to rile you up, and they're going to say some very awful things just to provoke you to say something so they can get their 15 minutes of attention. And the guy who said the comment, he had his 15 minutes of attention because that's all they could talk about today. So yeah, Lamar got straight up crucified, man. Straight up crucified in the media once again for another week, and it was bad. It was bad. I just don't agree with the whole anti-gay propaganda that they were trying to spread, saying he was displaying some level of anti-gay propaganda or anti-gay message by the response he had. I didn't agree with that. I think the media was going too far with that. The media was definitely going too far with that, and that was a problem there. That was definitely an issue. But this isn't the first time Lamar has had to go against the media. This is just something Lamar's had to deal with his entire career, and I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. So, Lamar, of course, he chose to delete the tweet, and he talked with John Harbaugh. Well, John Harbaugh talked with him about it today, and they had a conversation about it. I'm guessing they worked it out. What's going on, Brandon? How you doing, man? They had a conversation about it. I guess they worked it out, and, at the end of the day, it is what it is. John Harbaugh was asked about it in the press conference today, and he was like, Lamar, for the most part, he's never really talked about that. He's never really displayed that level of behavior. He's never really spoken like that when he's in the facility. He's never really acted like that. So it just seemed like at the time he was frustrated. Like John understood he was frustrated, but he also said, man, that's why I try to tell our guys sometimes, stay away from that media stuff and just try to calm down and don't get sucked into social media. So, yeah, that's what we had to deal with today. It was a whole crazy mess. Are you watching Monday Night Football? I couldn't give a damn about this game. So I'm focusing on Lamar Jackson right now. I'm not. It's on TV here. I'm not going to commentate a single thing about this trash game. I don't care. I'm going to focus on Lamar Jackson today. But, John did address it. He talked to Lamar. Lamar chose to take the tweet down, and they're just going to move forward. So that was kind of just how things went today. I knew this was going to be something the media talked about because they always talk about Lamar Jackson whenever something comes up, but I didn't expect them to go with the whole Lamar Jackson is showing some hate towards gay people. I didn't expect them to take that approach. And Jameson writing that article, that was bad. And even Lamar spoke out and said, "Nah, bro, that's defamation of my character." Because you're just basically saying I'm spewing out. You're basically saying I'm spreading a message of hate against gay people when that's not what he was doing. He was making it a comment to insult somebody and go back at a person that was saying something towards him that he got pissed off with. And the comment he said wasn't even anti-gay. But Jameson chose to write that and go, and he took that angle with it. And his article really did do damage, and that's all the media could talk about today. So, yeah, Lamar Jackson versus the media, ladies and gentlemen. That pretty much was the day for Lamar himself, and it was not a fun one for him. I'm sure it's something that he's going to have to get used to dealing with. It's something he should be used to. He should be used to it by now. This is just what's going to happen, okay? He should be used to this by now. The media is going to continue to do this. And Lamar is just going to have to accept that this is how things are going to go. If you choose to respond on social media to people that are heckling you, the media will be right there to crucify you. They'll be right there to talk about it. They'll criticize you, and they'll say whatever they want to say, Lamar. So no matter what you do, the media is going to speak on you. So you just got to accept it. That's pretty much all I wanted to say about the Lamar Jackson versus the media situation. It was definitely something that spiraled into a conversation that I didn't think it was going to spiral into, but it was definitely, it was not a good look. I'll say that. It was not a good look. It was not a good look. It was not a good look, but me personally, I didn't have a problem with what Lamar says. Lamar's a grown man. He can do whatever he wants. I don't care if he wants to respond to people on social media. There's plenty of athletes that are going to respond to all these trolls and these guys that are looking to these guys are looking to provoke these athletes so they can get their 15 minutes of fame. If Lamar wants to engage in that and call a guy out and roast him, I have no problem with that. Lamar is a grown man. He can make his own decisions, and he's going to do whatever the hell he wants to do. So it is what it is, you know. Oh my God, is that a touchdown? No, he's going to get caught. Oh, he should have scored that. He got tripped up at the 20, but I guarantee the Colts offense can't move the ball. They're probably not scoring a touchdown here. You probably should have taken that to the house, my mans. But yeah, that's basically Lamar Jackson versus the media here. It was a hell of a chaotic day. It's probably going to be something that's it's definitely something that's going to be discussed moving forward because they tried to relate that to the contract. And honestly, as long as Lamar Jackson does not have a contract, this is going to continue to happen. Like, nothing's going to change. As long as Lamar Jackson doesn't have a contract, these conversations are going to happen. But, you know, I agree with Shannon Sharp's take about staying. If you're an athlete and you had a bad game and the team lost, stay away from social media. They're looking to rile you up. They're looking to get a reaction. The best thing you should do is stay away from it. If you choose to engage and you comment and you go back and forth with these guys, the media is going to cover it. That's just how it is. The media is just going to cover it. But again, Lamar's free to do whatever the hell he wants. I don't have a problem with it. He's free to do whatever he wants. He's a grown man. He can do whatever he wants to do. But, you know, you could choose to not engage with them, or you could choose to do so, and the media's going to talk about it. That's why you see some athletes, they just choose not to engage with those guys on social media. Like, what are they doing here? Bro, they really cannot move the football at all. Like, an example would be Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey straight up just does not engage with fans on social media. He knows how they can be. So what he does is just not get involved at all. He just doesn't. His comments are closed. You can't respond to him. So he doesn't deal with the crap that these fans are going to say every single week. He doesn't deal with it. He doesn't deal with it. So he's never going to have a problem. People can say whatever they want, but it's not going to stop Jalen Ramsey from continuing to tweet because he's not going to see it. So some athletes choose to do that. Others choose to engage. However you feel is however you feel, man. But that's just my take on it. I'm going to read some of these comments because I've been going on for about like 15 minutes for this. It's been Lamar versus the media for the past 4 years. It's getting out of hand now. Pretty much how it's been. It's not going to stop. It's not on the level of LeBron, but you feel like it's something. Okay, they got a touchdown of this. Okay, Jonathan Taylor, get yourself a touchdown. That's what I want to see. Both running backs getting touchdowns. I predicted that happening today. But feel free. You're absolutely correct. It's something that's not on the level of LeBron, but it does give you LeBron-type vibes. Hell, the whole Lamar Jackson discussion is starting to give LeBron-type vibes, and I feel like we got to talk about that. I'm going to get through some of these comments, but I do want to talk about this too because I'm starting to see this really turn into a LeBron-type situation when it comes to talking about Lamar, and it's getting weird. Been busy because of college, but my week has already started off great due to the Niners. Congrats, man. I'm doing great, Kirk. Sorry for talking too long and not seeing this earlier on. I thought you weren't going to stream tonight. I was waiting. I was going to stream, but I wasn't going to stream this game. People get easily offended. I hate this generation. I mean, I've always said this. When it comes to people talking about everyone being sensitive and being offended, that's always been the case. It's not this generation or this era where that started out. The difference between this era compared to the eras of previous years is the access to social media and global communications. You could go back and look at the times in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. There were plenty of people that were sensitive to certain things. For example, a show that I actually got into, watched over the last couple of years, Married with Children. Married with Children. There was a lady that wrote a letter to the freaking network about Married with Children and talk about how that show was corrupting her kids and all this other stuff. And it became a whole thing that was covered during the time of the show. And the funny thing about it was Married with Children was actually, it was growing and it was doing well, but it ended up getting extremely popular because of this lady's letter of how she hated the show and how her kids were affected about it, and she was being so sensitive and speaking out and wanted the show to be canceled because of that letter by her and that rant, and that turned into something big. The show ended up getting a lot of recognition and the show grew. So that one, was not talked about much because there was no global communication. That's just an example of things that were happening. But there were plenty of people back then in the 70s and 80s and even before then where you had individuals who were sensitive, but there was no way to really get out what you felt because there was no social media. There was no global communication. Nowadays, if you're sensitive about a topic, people on social media are going to discuss it. Back in the 90s, you couldn't do that. The access to communications globally and the availability of social media has just expanded on these people the people that are seen as sensitive. It's just expanded on that because now they have the access to be able to express their opinions. That's just how it is. What was the media saying today? I didn't look into any. They were just talking about Lamar Jackson's response to a fan that was tweeting out. A response to a fan that tweeted out that, if Lamar wanted his contract, he's got to play better or something like that. And Lamar responded, the media reacted to it. Jameson Tacky wants them clicks. He works in the media, bro. That's what they want. You want clicks. The more clicks you get, the more money you make. Dude's trying to feed his family. It's the media. I talk about this all the time. You don't have to like the media, but these guys are doing whatever it takes to feed their families. They need to stir up controversy because that's what's going to bring the clicks in. You can look at him and be pissed off at him, but that's how he pays his bills. At the end of the day, it is what it is. That's how media has always been. Losing to the Jags is embarrassing. It is. It is. It is. It is. At the end of the day, you just got to deal with it. But, the team has to, I guess, improve in these aspects and be better next week. But it's what it is, Jameson's a clown. Yeah, Jameson's way off base. Yeah, I was surprised to see him go with that side and saying he was displaying a level of hate towards gay people with his comment. I was surprised to see that. Our receivers suck. So many drops every game. If we can't get rid of Greg Roman, let's fire our receivers coach. You can fire the receivers coach. Nothing's going to change. So, you're just firing somebody to fire him. But feel free. If you think that's going to change anything, by all means, try it. But nothing's going to really happen. Jameson acted like he called the dude the F word. Yeah, if he would have said that, then at that point, I understand where people are coming from. Because that word, that's a different conversation. But he didn't say that. What a shame. Every team in the AFC North except our team is going to win this week. Alarming. It is what it is. Look at the Ravens and just blame them for choking another game. The worst part about this is when he needs his team the most while trying to get his money, his team is letting him down. It is what it is, man. I see it both ways, but since Lamar has been in the league, he has been getting nothing but hate. When you hold everything in, sometimes you blow your top. Yeah, this dude has been quiet for 3 years. Hell, he's been quiet for 4 years. Now he's in year 5, and he's not taking this crap anymore. He's just not going to take this crap anymore. If we want to be serious, people might be mad at me for saying this. I don't care though, but he's promoting it by telling him to do it, not disrespecting it. Promoting it. Well, see, here's the thing. That's always been seen as an insult. He's not I get where you're coming from. But it's not like Lamar wrote that with a thought of, I'm going to promote this man to proceed to eat. You know what, I'm not going to say it, but he's not promoting that. He used that as an insult. He's basically telling the dude to F off. But he's just telling him to piss off. That's what he's saying. He's like, dude, piss off with your take. It's a form of insult. It's slang. And slang's always been controversial. It's a form of slang, and it's always been controversial no matter how you take it. While the media focuses on Lamar, our offense is on red flag. It is. Offense ain't looking good at all. They can't even finish in the red zone. I hope now Lamar will have a different demeanor and help spark the team. I mean, all you can do, the most simplest thing you can do as a fan is just hope. That's the most simplest thing you can do as a fan. What do they want Lamar to say? These trolls can say whatever they want on social media, but play victim when players respond. Yeah, because, I mean, trolls are trolls. Everybody knows they're trolls. They're there to rally you up and piss you off. These players are human, but the media always sits back and says you shouldn't engage with it. You're supposed to be a professional. We pay you millions of dollars to play this game. You're supposed to be of a higher level, of a higher quote-unquote class, so you shouldn't be engaging with these random dudes on the internet. Like, look, Skip Bayless always says it. You're Lamar freaking Jackson. You're Aaron Rodgers. You're Patrick, whatever. Whenever you talk about something, you're LeBron James. You shouldn't be engaging with some random nobody on social media. You're above him. He does that all the time with Shannon. You're above your Twitter followers. You're a Hall of Famer. You're a 3-time champ. You have no reason to talk to these random people on the internet. That's just that's the mindset the media has. When Skip says that, that's just a prime example of what the media has in general. Because they just believe if you're an athlete, you have no reason to be trying to engage in any sort of debate with random fans on social media. That's always been the case, and that's how they look at it. So they just expect you to ignore it and be a professional, let that slide, ignore it, and focus on something else. But these guys are human. And it takes so much crap. It takes so much crap, it takes so much trolling. It takes so much patience to deal with the trolling. It takes patience to deal with the nonsense. But there's only so much trolling and so much crap you can take before you go out there and you explode. And that's what happened with Lamar. And it's been happening since the offseason. But it is what it is. People have always told other people to either, in New York and in Florida, it's a common insult. Yeah, it's an insult. He's not saying it to show hate towards another individual or showing hate towards gay people. That's not what he's trying to do. He's just insulting the man. But the take that the media chose to go with was, I think it was wild to make that sort of statement, but that's the take they got away from it. I cannot sit back and say that they should have made that take. Everyone's going to have their own opinion about how they looked at that. And if that's what they took away from it, it is what it is. I'm not going to get into that. To be fair, historically, the Jags always play hard against the Ravens since the AFC Central days. I mean, that is true. That is true. And the Jags are a better team than most people are going to give them credit for. But you still had control of the game, just like you had against the Giants, just like you had against the Bills, just like you had against the Dolphins. There's no excuse to be consistently choking away games that you had a commanding lead in. You had control of the football game, and you found a way to choke. There's no excuse for that. That cannot happen consistently. And that's just something we've been seeing. I think Jackson is the issue. We cost us the game yesterday. Should have thrown a Hail Mary with those 10 seconds left. What? You think Lamar Jackson is the issue? He should have thrown a Hail Mary? How would a Hail Mary solve anything? You understand? A Hail Mary is not guaranteed. They chose to go for a 67-yard field goal because they watched Justin Tucker kick a 66-yard field goal and make it. This is Justin Tucker. They've seen him hit from 70 in practice, but they've seen him hit in a game from 66. So they felt confident that a Hail Mary should not be the number one choice, but instead a kick should be the number one choice because we have Justin Tucker. Not to mention, they didn't need a touchdown to win, bro. They needed a field goal to win. Why would they choose a Hail Mary when you just needed a field goal to win? And saying Jackson is the issue, what do you mean by Jackson is the issue? Can you specify what you mean by saying Lamar Jackson is the issue and how you believe he cost us the game specifically? Because I would like to know. I believe everybody was involved with that. I look at Lamar Jackson for some of the missed throws he had in the first half. I look at the receivers for not catching the ball, the multiple drops we saw. Because Lamar had a couple of overthrows, but there was several drops. A couple of those were for touchdowns by the receivers. So I look at Lamar and the offense for what they did in the first three quarters, and I put the blame on them for how they perform. And then I look in the fourth quarter, and I go to the defense and watch them give up 18 points. So the entire team needs to be held accountable. Yes, get at the 35, 30-yard line, he didn't make the smart plays. What do you mean? They had, 14 seconds left. They had 10 seconds left. They were trying to get into field goal range. Nobody was open. He had to check the ball down or he was not going to have a chance. They just got into range, within range that they know Justin Tucker can kick, because they've seen him hit for 66. You're saying Jackson is the issue. He cost you the game. First of all, I find it interesting how you say he cost us the game, but you're not going to talk about the defense that just gave up 7 points in under 2 minutes. They gave up it was a third and 21, and they let them get into prime range. They gave up a second and 15. They gave up a first down on the second and 15. They gave up 2 fourth down conversions, and they just let them go with no timeouts under 2 minutes, and they scored a touchdown and allowed them to pick up a 2-point conversion. But Lamar's the only one that should get blamed. He's the reason they lost. And you believe a Hail Mary should happen? Who should the Hail Mary go to? I don't understand where you're going with this. And saying get to the 35, 30-yard line. To who? Who was open? You guys are just saying things like it's supposed to magically happen. What receiver was open? Did you not see the play? In fact, I personally wish Lamar would have just checked the ball down earlier. Because the idea that you were talking about trying to get to the 35, 30-yard line, Lamar was doing that, which is why he was holding on to the ball. But guess what? Nobody was getting open. So what did he do? Before time ran out, he had to check the ball. Because go back and look at the last play before they run that kick. He was looking to get 10-plus yards, but nobody was open. So you're supposed to get to how are they going to magically get to the 35, 30-yard line if nobody's open? The Jaguars were playing great coverage, and they weren't going to give up anything. It's just saying they got to get to the 35, 30-yard line. It's easy to say that. How are they going to do it? You got to execute on the plays. Nobody's getting open. Yet you're saying it's Lamar Jackson's fault that they couldn't get to the 35, 30-yard line if nobody's open, and he did the smart thing to check the ball down before time ran out to give them at least a chance to win the game. And saying that you should go for a Hail Mary in that situation when you only need 3 to win the game, how does that make sense? I'm trying to get your overall take on this because they were down by 1 point. Why would they go for a Hail Mary when you need a field goal to win and you have arguably the greatest kicker in NFL history? I don't see how a Hail Mary would have been the right choice in that situation. I get if they're down 4, you have to go for a Hail Mary. But to go for a Hail Mary when you're down 1 and you need a field goal to win, that doesn't seem like the smart play there. And you're saying he didn't make smart plays. They ran 1 play. They had 10 seconds left and they only had time for 1 play. And the 1 play got them into somewhat of field goal range. So I'm not exactly sure what smart plays he didn't do in that quote-unquote final drive to get them into field goal range. They ran 1 play. They only had time for 1 play. So I'm just trying to get the overall aspect as to how you specifically believe Lamar Jackson was the issue. He cost them the game when you're ignoring how the defense themselves gave up 18 points in the 4th quarter. Defense was bad too, but still could have won. Throw Hail Mary to Robinson. He threw a Hail Mary before 60. Throw a Hail Mary to Robinson. What? Throw a Hail Mary to Robinson? How? Again, Chris, you needed a field goal to win. Why would you throw a Hail Mary? You're just saying throw a Hail Mary as if it's automatically guaranteed to get them a touchdown. Do you know how rare it is to connect on a Hail Mary? How is throwing a Hail Mary when you're down 1 a smart play? He got to be trolling. I don't know if he's trolling. He actually seems like he's legit serious. I don't know if he's trolling or not because I know for damn sure if they would have thrown a Hail Mary, they would have John Harbaugh's head on a platter right now if they did that. Hail Mary to get to the 30-yard line. Hail Mary, what are you talking? I'm so lost. I don't even know what you're talking about. You keep talking about a Hail Mary. A Hail Mary where? They were at their own 40-yard line. There is no Hail Mary. What do you mean a Hail Mary? You mean they should try to get a play to get to the 35-yard line. You keep saying Hail Mary. They were near midfield. They were at like their own 40, 45-yard line. That's where they got the ball with 10 seconds left. What do you mean by Hail Mary? They would need like a 25, 30, not even 25. They were at their own 45. So they would need about a 25-yard throw to get into that 35, 30-yard range that you're talking about. That's not a Hail Mary. That's not a Hail Mary. And again, you're saying just get it to Robinson. Robinson didn't really do much in this game at all. And hell, when Lamar went to Robinson the second time, he dropped the touchdown pass. I don't. There was drops all over the place. And again, like I reiterate, go back and look at the final play. Lamar was trying to get the ball downfield. Nobody was open because the coverage is there. You cannot force the football. When you force the football, you get turnovers. So I'm not exactly sure where you're going with this saying force the Hail Mary. First of all, it's not a Hail Mary. It's not a Hail Mary because it's a 25-yard throw. That's not a Hail Mary. From the 45 yards, it wouldn't be a Hail Mary. Secondly, we don't even have the type of speed receivers to try and get down there if you're trying to actually get a Hail Mary. And you're saying throw it to Robinson. I don't even know if no one was open on that play. So, again, I would love, shout out to Coach. He's probably going to do the film breakdown. He probably has already done it. So I'm going to go look at the All-22 film and look at that last play before they kicked the field goal. Was anybody open? I didn't see a single receiver open when I looked at the replay. So throwing to Robinson, who, if he was on, he was covered. Or Mark Andrews, as he could have thrown it out of bounds or saved the throw. Throw it to Mark Andrews, everyone was covered. And throw it out of bounds to save a play, there was 10 seconds left. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Throw it out of bounds to save a play when the ball, there was 10 seconds left when the ball was snapped. So if he would have thrown it out of bounds, there was 10 seconds. The only way he would have to throw it out of bounds, 3 seconds was already taken off the clock. At best, if he throws it out of bounds, you may have 6, maybe 5 seconds left. Now you're gonna only have time for one play. So I'm not understanding what you're trying to say here. You're saying throw it to, you're talking about throw it to this guy, throw it to that guy as if that guy is open. Nobody was open. Look at the time that Lamar was taking off the clock looking for somebody to get open. Throw it out of bounds less than 7 seconds. That means he has to take the snap and immediately throw it out of bounds for that to be the case. You understand that? That means he has to take the snap, look, and throw it. He has to literally take the snap and immediately throw it out of bounds for 3 seconds to go off the clock. That wastes the play. So what are you talking about? You say throw it out of bounds, then 7 seconds. No, if the ball is snapped, the time to take the snap and then throw it out of bounds, that's 3 seconds. So you didn't run a play, you just wasted 3 seconds. So again, what do you mean throw it out of bounds? You're going to get the only way you can get 3 seconds taken off is if the ball gets snapped and the quarterback immediately throws it out of bounds. 3 seconds will be taken off the clock if you do that. So what was the point of running that play? You just wasted 3 seconds that you could need. You have just shown yourself. You have not provided anything that has made sense. And you're just saying he was dumb. What you're doing is you're just criticizing Lamar because you want to fit your own agenda. He was dumb. That was the issue. Every single thing you pointed out has not made a single sense towards helping them win that game. Should have made a decision quick. First of all, you said he should have made a decision quick. You just said he should have thrown to Robinson to get them to the 35-yard line. He should have thrown to Robinson to get them to the 30. He should have thrown some sort of Hail Mary, like you said. He should have thrown a Hail Mary to Robinson or look for Mark Andrews in the middle of the field to get them to the 30, 35-yard line. You just said that. Now you're retracting it and saying he should have made a quick decision. You just said they should have got to the 35-yard line. Now you're saying he should have made a quick decision. Which is it? And make a quick decision to who? We don't have plays like that. Who was he going to make the quick decision to? Go back and look at the final play. Who was he going to throw to? Bro, I'm not understanding everything you're saying right now. You're being very confusing. You're going on one side. You're making takes that don't really equate to helping them get in the position to win, or it's not really making sense as to why Lamar or the Ravens would do that. And you're just ending by saying he was dumb. He should have made a quicker decision. To who? No one was open. The check down, it took 2 seconds. It didn't even take 2 seconds. It took 3 seconds for the check down to start rolling, which is why he checked the ball down to him. So the quick decision he quote-unquote made was the check down. So I'm not exactly sure what Lamar or any of the offense could have done, unless somebody just got open behind the secondary and get a game winner. Yeah, quick Hail Mary. Okay, this is, all right, I'm wasting my time, bro. I'm wasting my time. How the hell do you get a quick Hail Mary? Please, how the hell do you get a quick Hail Mary when everybody's covered? You're not, this is a troll, bro. You're not making any sort of sense now. You're not making any sort of sense. All right. Did they just call a turnover? Wow, the Colts really turned the ball over. Throw it out if no one's open. That would take 3 seconds off the... Actually, if no one's open, do you know how much time that would take? That would actually take 6 seconds. Because he has to scan the field, and no one's open, and he would throw it out the bounce. Now there's 5 to 4 seconds left. Instead, what Lamar did was check the ball down to get them in position to actually do something. So now you would have 4 seconds, which would actually force you to now you would have to actually run a Hail Mary play. Because now you're not going to have a chance to get into field goal range. So had he had chosen to throw the ball out of bounds, they wouldn't have enough time to be able to run a play, get a stop, and kick a field goal, even if they got into field goal range. So you're saying throw it out if no one's open. Do you know how long it takes to scan the field? It's going to take you 3 seconds at the minimum to scan the field. Then it's going to take another 2 to 3 seconds to throw the ball out of bounds before the clock is stopped. So essentially, of the 10 seconds they had left, 6 seconds would have been wasted, which means they wouldn't have an opportunity to kick a field goal, which means they would have to go for a Hail Mary to try and win the game. Instead, Lamar scanned the field. No one was open. He threw to his check down. The check down got into range for Tucker to at least have the attempt to kick the field goal. So again, I don't know where you're saying Lamar was dumb in this situation where they got within range. He scanned the field, looked to get downfield to get a good chunk of yards. No one was open. He looked to his right, checked the ball down. They had timeouts they could use. There's 10 seconds left. Even with timeouts, there's 10 seconds left. You can only run 2 plays at most. So even if you throw the ball out, they had timeouts. There's 10 seconds left. I don't think you're understanding the time that they had. Even with, they could have all 3 timeouts. It's not going to be enough. Because, again, the time it takes for the ball to get snapped and the quarterback to immediately throw the ball out of bounds is going to be 3 seconds. They had 10 seconds left. Even with timeouts, there's nothing you could do. You had 2 plays. 2 plays you could run. 2 plays you can run. And that's assuming you're going to win the game, if you're going for a touchdown. In all honesty, you had 1. You had 1 honest play. Unless you threw the ball out of bounds, there would be 7 seconds, and then you can run another play, and if you get something there, then you can kick a field goal. Well, how come in NBA they can make a shot within 3 seconds? All right, bro. You done. Now you talk about this is a troll, bro. This is a troll, bro. I'm done. You have not made sense at all. I done wasted 5 minutes explaining the most basic things. You have not made sense at all. And now you just said straight up, how come they in the NBA they can hit in 3 seconds, bro? I can't. I'm done. I'm done. I always try, man. I always try to have conversations and debates with you guys. But when it gets to this, when you're not even making sense, and now you're talking about basketball, an entirely different sport, and trying to compare it to this, at that point, either you're just not aware of the situation or you're just trolling. You know what? I'm going to let you have it, bro. You're entitled to your opinion. I tried to explain it. And put it out there to understand the circumstances and why, given the circumstances, you did the best you could, and it gave you an opportunity to kick a field goal. And you just, I don't know, bro. I got nothing to say. I did what I could. You're entitled to your opinion, bro. You are entitled to your opinion. You can have it, bro. I don't know how else to, I don't know how else I can explain this. But I'm going to just let it happen. Nah, I'm not going to block him. He's free to say whatever he wants, bro. I'm going to just let him have it, bro. I don't know how else I could properly explain it. But, hey, man, I don't know what else to say. Bro, I don't know what else to say. But I'm not going to block him. He's free to say whatever he wants to say. I get it, but Jackson can make a choice quick. Again, Chris, to who? Make a quick choice to who? Nobody was open, and our offense does not really do a good job in setting up quick plays. So nobody was open. I don't exactly know what you want to say. Who do you want Lamar to throw it to? The air? Wait, make a quick choice to just throw the ball up and get picked? What do you want from him? Like, I'm not exactly sure what to take away from this. Make a quick choice. And saying Aaron Rodgers and Brady have done it. When somebody's open, Andrews is our best choice. Andrews wasn't open. Andrews literally was not open. Go back and look at the play. Hell, Andrews is probably the first person Lamar looked to. He wasn't open. I don't know what you want him to do. So you just think, so you would rather have Lamar just take the snap, throw directly to Andrews, and just assume and just hope for the best. when Andrews was covered, and that probably leads to a pick. Just immediately take the snap and just throw it to Andrews without even thinking. I don't know what to tell you, man. Nobody was open on the play. There was no other options. We didn't set up any quick pass to try and get out of bounds quick. Nobody was open. Downfield, none of the receivers open. Lamar looked right. Checked it out. Lamar could have ran it. If Lamar runs it in that situation, I don't even know. Depending on when he gets down, I don't even know if they're going to have enough time. And given the spot he was in, I don't know how many yards he picks up. And maybe it's not enough. I don't know. Hell, even if the yards he picks up, maybe it's the same spot. I don't know, bro. I got it, bro. I wish we had receivers that can separate. I got nothing else to say, man. I got nothing else to say. You have it. You got it, bro. I've tried to explain the situation as best as I can, but I got nothing else to say, bro. You got it. I'm done. I think Lamar needs to improve, but calling him the problem is crazy. Without him, we are a bottom 5 team with this 90s offensive scheme. Yeah, Lamar needs to improve, but more than that, the team needs to improve. Yeah, Lamar could be better in some aspects, but the receivers can do a better job of catching the ball. The scheme could be better. The play calling could be better. The defense could do a better job holding up in the fourth quarter. That's just what I'm saying. I get it, but what I'm saying has been done before. Yeah, but in this situation, there was nothing there. Just because it's been, you understand it's very possible, but in a situation like this, there was nothing there. You understand not every game is going to give you the option to make those plays. Nobody's open. If nobody's open, what are you supposed to do? I'm saying it's been done before. Okay, it's been done before. It has. I have not said it hasn't been done before, but nothing was open. Literally nothing was open. If somebody was open, sure. You're just saying go up and just throw the ball and hope for the best. That was what you're saying. Just go out there and hope these players somehow make a play, even though everybody's covered. You're right. It has been done before. But given the situation, there was nothing there to really do. And just like it's been done before, there have been plenty of situations where there's been failures. There's been a lot more failures in trying to convert in that situation than there has been success. That's what makes those moments special, because somehow there was some sort of lapse in the defense, and an opportunity was given to the offense because they were able to capitalize on it. In that play, the Jaguars were ready. Nobody was open. I implore you to please take a look at the film. Go back and look at the film at the play, and you will see nobody's open. Just because it's been done before doesn't mean it's going to happen here. It doesn't mean it's going to happen in every single game. Every single game with 10 seconds left, automatically the team's going to have a chance to make that play. That's not how it always happens. That's not how it always goes. That's not always the case. There was nothing open. Is that a catch? Is that a catch? Let me see. That may be a catch in the fumble. It's not like Lamar doesn't experience this every game, because he does. I have a lot of schoolmates so quick to shit talk Lamar, but scared to face the real truth about the franchise and the outside factors. I mean, if Lamar leaves, this franchise is their chances of winning a Super Bowl is just done. Okay, that is a catch in the fumble. But yeah, in terms of the team, yeah, Lamar could be better. He could be better. We would love to see Lamar play better and improve. We want to see Lamar play better. We definitely want it. I'm just mad Ravens keep losing the bad team. Chris, I feel you. I feel where you're coming from, and I understand the frustration. And I get where you're coming from, bro. I understand that. That's where a lot of us are. That's just what a lot of us are feeling right now. You know, we just wish they could have done more. Me personally, I get where you're coming with. I get where you're coming from on that last play. But me personally, we should have never been in that situation in the first place. If the defense doesn't give up a touchdown in a 2-point conversion against a team with no timeouts under 2 minutes, if we don't let that happen, we're not in that situation in the first place. That's just what I'm saying. You know, we shouldn't be in that position in the first place, but we put ourselves in that position, so we just have to deal with it. I get the frustration, man, but we shouldn't have been in that position in the first place to have to try and go for a game-winning field goal. We were up 9. We had no reason to lose that game, but we found a way to blow it. I get the frustration, man. I do. I get the frustration. But yeah, Everybody's just got to be better, man. You just got to see improvements all around. It's first and goal again here for the Colts. Is Pittsburgh gonna do something? I might need more yards from Najee. Okay, Jonathan Taylor got me my yards. Let me actually check some things out here. Yeah, Gus fumbled too. I would have preferred if Gus didn't fumble. We just got to be better. Be better at protecting the football. We got to be better protecting the football. We got to be better at executing in the red zone. We got to be better in making plays. We got to be better with the play call and be better with the schemes. That's a touchdown. Oh, my God. The Colts are about to take the lead. What in the heck? What in the heck are the Steelers doing? Okay, he's got me that. He's got me that. He's got me that. I think he has. Yeah. I need this. Yeah, that fumble really did hurt. That fumble really did hurt, and it was something that really did piss me off. So I can't even lie. I was very hurt by that. But you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, you kind of just deal with it. Let me see here. I need this dude in the window, which I still can. Let me see. I'm just checking something here. Okay, he needs to get one of these. And I need more. Okay, he can have it here, bro. I need something from that. Hitman. 55, huh? Aw, I need some more of that. He's got that. He still has a chance to do that. And okay. So, this is good. 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 Oh, boy, I'm not getting this. So many things that have to happen. No, I'm just doing some stuff here. Don't worry what I'm doing. If I'm just doing some stuff here. If Lamar Jackson gets a haircut and is... I didn't even realize this was playing. Why was my sound on here? If he gets a haircut and he's back to the fro, he'll be 2019 Lamar. That's wild. All that hair is messing up his mechanics. That's crazy to say. This team doesn't have the guts to fire Greg Roman. Yeah, I agree. Because I think this team believes Lamar is incapable of running a pass-first offense. Again, if you watched him in college when he was running Bobby Petrino's offense, you would see that he can. So, I mean, are you telling me the scout team just picked him because they thought he'd be good to just constantly run the football? Did they not actually pay attention when they were scouting him? I would hope they would be paying attention. I would legitimately hope they would be paying attention, but who the hell knows? I'm sorry for assuming they would be paying attention. Ooh, I feel like Lamar is in an offense that doesn't allow him to grow. I agree. He needs to be in the spread offense. A quarterback has nowhere to go but down in that offense. I agree as well. Because we haven't invested in Lamar at this point, I don't see him signing a long-term deal. I have no clue if he wants to or not. We'll see what happens. Also, our defense has allowed 63 points in the fourth quarter in all of our losses. What else is new? What else is new? They continue to find ways to just fail you. And you just have to deal with it however you can. That's kind of just something we've gotten used to over the last couple years. Matter of fact, when we need to trade for Mike White, he had a 300-yard game last week. Lamar's putting up nothing but one. Yeah, sure, that's what we need to do. We need to trade for Mike White. We need that. That's going to automatically solve it. Mike White's going to find a way to work with these receivers and this cracked up offense. Yeah, it feels like we need to let Jackson go and try to get another quarterback. All right, yeah, sure, that's what you should do. You should let an MVP quarterback go instead of just putting him in a system that's going to benefit both him and the wide receivers. A system that is shown to be flawed, a system that's been called out by several former and current players, a system that is shown to be predictable to the point where your own quarterback has talked about defensive players naming what the play is going to be before they even run it while they're on the field trying to run the play. Yeah, let's not try to invest in the receiving core and actually get an offensive coordinator that actually knows how to scheme for the receivers and actually knows how to scheme a pass game. The problem is the quarterback. You take away Lamar Jackson and put in another quarterback, everything's going to be solved. We don't need to get rid of Greg Roman. We don't need to improve the receivers. Lamar Jackson is the problem, and we got to get rid of him. Nah, you're thinking. I see where you're coming from. I really don't. I don't even know what to say half the time whenever I see these Lamar Jackson takes. I swear to God, for every single person that's saying that, if Lamar was to leave this team, I don't want to hear a peep if he goes to another team and wins a Super Bowl. I don't want to hear crap for you about, oh, look, the Ravens let him go, because you were one of the main people saying he should go. Instead of just sitting back and saying, you know what, Lamar himself needs to improve. We see the issues he has. He has to improve. He has to be better. And yet we have to hold him accountable for that. Instead of doing that, alongside of holding the receivers accountable for dropping passes, the offensive coordinator for being so inconsistent with the play calling, the passing scheme being so garbage, the defense not being able to hold, instead of holding everybody accountable, let's only hold one person accountable. And let's say he's the reason this isn't happening. And let's just move on from him. Yep, that's what we should do. We should move on from Lamar Jackson and go find another quarterback. Then when we do that, and we try to find another quarterback, and we're back in the dark ages, meanwhile Lamar's with another team, because there are several teams lined up begging the Ravens to be stupid enough to let this guy go. When he goes there and thrives, then we're sitting there thinking why he let him go, and you people that were saying he should have been gone are sitting there saying, why did the Ravens let him go? We're all going to look at you like you're stupid because you wanted him gone in the first place. I don't get these takes. What is so difficult about just getting an offensive coordinator that actually knows how to run a great passing scheme? How about get some new variety? Maybe switch it up. But the offensive, the scheme that you have here isn't working. It isn't successful. How about you get him better pieces? Did you watch the game yesterday? Did you see how many drop touchdown passes there? Why is it's just one guy? The problem with the Ravens is that they spend all their money on the defense, but have average to bums on offense. They spend all that money on the defense, and the defense still can't make stops. Can you imagine that? That's funny. Surprised what Harbaugh said. Are you surprised what Harbaugh said in the press conference? No, I knew he would say that. I mean, I'm not surprised. I knew he was going to say that. It's the same old story with the Ravens. This is what it is. Dream scenario, John and Giro get fired and we get Eric Bieniemy. Don't think that's going to happen. People have short-term memory of what happened when Huntley had to lead the team. I don't want to go back to those dark days. Yeah, I guess they do, because when we saw another quarterback be the starter for this team, they couldn't win a football game. We saw what happened last year. They couldn't win a football game without Lamar. They won one game when he was sick against the Bears. And that was because the Bears were so incompetent that they allowed that play to happen. I still don't know how that play happened to Sammy Watkins? I don't know how that happens. He's good as a rusher, but as a full quarterback, I don't know. Feels like he'll be another Mike Vick, playoffs, but no Super Bowl. Mike Vick went to the playoffs 2 times. Everyone brings up Mike Vick a lot. He went to the playoffs 2 times, got to 1 NFC championship game. He's 1-2 in the postseason. So what are we talking about here? I'm saying playoffs, but no Super. See, he'll be another Mike Vick. It's not even the comparison. Mike Vick's been to the playoffs twice. So I don't know how that's a comparison here. If you want to look at somebody, you want to say like Phillip Rivers? Phillip Rivers got to the playoffs a bunch of times, just never went to the Super Bowl. If you're saying he's going to be one of those quarterbacks that can help take a team to the playoffs but can't get to the Super Bowl, then I don't know what to tell you. You can look at, I don't know what to say. If you're saying he's going to be a quarterback like that, I don't know what to tell you. You understand that only one team can win a Super Bowl. Most teams are looking for a quarterback that can take them to the playoffs and give them an opportunity. If your biggest issue is that you're not 100% sure the quarterback, even when you're looking, when you look at the talent at the receiving core, when you look at Greg Roman's play calling, when you look at the inconsistent in the coaching staff and the decision making, you sit back and you're saying, I don't know if Lamar can lead us. That is crazy to think about. Lamar has his flaws. I've called him out. I've gotten crap for that. But everybody on this damn team has flaws. To only point out Lamar and say he's the reason, he's the problem, I don't know if he could take us to the promised land. Why don't you help him out? Why don't you get him receivers that can help him take us to the promised land? Why does Lamar got to be the one to do everything? I'm just asking. Why is it like Lamar has to be the one to carry? For 5 straight years, it's about to be year 5. Every single year, he's going to lead this team in rushing. And at the same time, he's working with these receivers and trying to compete with Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and all these other guys around the league. He's supposed to compete with that, with the weapons he's throwing to. And we don't see a problem. We don't have any problem with that. We think he's the issue. This is what I tell you. I'm telling you, bro. I can already see it. That playoff game, when this team finds a way to blow in the playoffs, everyone's going to look to Lamar and say, I don't know if he can get it done. Also, hey, if you can go find that quarterback that's going to guarantee you a Super Bowl championship, like the minute he comes here, he's taking you to a Super Bowl, by all means, go find him. But you understand not every quarterback is going to get to the Super Bowl. Dan Marino got to 1 Super Bowl and never won a championship. He was arguably the greatest thrower of the football until Aaron Rodgers got here. Aaron Rodgers is seen as the greatest thrower of the football. He's been to 1 Super Bowl. It's not easy. It takes a team effort. If you think the quarterback is just going to drag a team to a Super Bowl, it's not going to happen. It takes a team effort. It takes a team effort. So I don't get this idea of saying that we got to get rid of him and go find us another quarterback. Go find you another quarterback for it. You have an MVP quarterback, a generational talent, and instead of looking to build on that, get him receivers that can help benefit him, put him in a scheme that can work to his strengths, like the spread offense, we're going to choose to go with, let's probably look for another quarterback. That's the solution we've got here, guys. That's what it's come down to. I don't want Huntley to start, but he was cooking. He was just put in a bad situation. He was cooking for one game, the Rams game. Let's stop this. Let's stop this. Let's stop this. Everyone did this. Y'all are such a prisoner of the moment. He balled out 4 touchdowns against the Packers, and everyone completely forget the other performances he had. He had that spectacular Packers game, and down the stretch, the rest of his games were poor, subpar, average, bad, however you want to look at him. He had that one great performance against the Packers. Sorry, not the Rams. It was that one, my mistake. He had that one game against the Packers, 4 touchdowns, and then everything else. Sure, my man, he was put in a bad situation. He was put in a bad situation. If he was put in a bad situation, what the hell was Lamar Jackson put in then? Because he was trying to drag that team to the playoffs. And before he went down, they were the number 1 seed in the AFC. So he was dragging that broken, decrepit team, and people still blamed him. But with Huntley, oh man, he was working with a bad situation. So if he was working with a bad situation coming in late in the season, what the hell was Lamar working with? Come on. Come on, man. Come on. Let's not do this. I like Huntley, but come on. Saying he was... That's a bit of a dangerous pass right there. That shovel pass, hey, I don't like that one. That shovel pass is dangerous. In the Browns game, Huntley had 2 fumbles, 1 for a touchdown. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I've seen people say Lamar has regressed, but what's funny is his weapons have gotten worse with each season. Also, Roman's offense has a history of seasonal rot. But sure, let's blame Lamar. Like I said, Lamar has to take some of the responsibility there. Obviously, there's some criticism because there's been several plays we've seen throughout the season where he's missed. Hold him accountable for the missed plays he's had. When he's overthrown receivers, when he's missed guys, you have to call him out. You have to call him out for that. So I don't take away from that. When I see Lamar missing throws that he's supposed to make, I'm going to call him out for it. And there have been moments where he's done that over the last couple years. But at the same time, look at what he's throwing to. Look at what he's throwing to. You don't think giving him better weapons will help improve the offense and help improve what Lamar is able to do? If you give him legit weapons that can just make plays all over the field, you don't think that improves the offense? Come on. Come on, guys. Come on. I remember people saying he was better than Lamar after the Packers game. People are such prisoners of the moment. They're such prisoners of the moment. I don't know what to tell you. Steelers about to score again. They need to score here. I need you. I need to get Greg Roman's job security. I could be trashed for years without improvement. I would love Greg Roman's job security. I'm in awe, bro. I'm envy of that man's position. I wish I could go to work, make the same mistakes over and over again, despite the fact that they keep warning me not to make those mistakes. Make little to no improvements. Go out there and be lackluster with my performance and still have my job at the end of the day. I would love that. Who wouldn't want to have that type of position? Greg Roman can walk into his office every day knowing that the Ravens don't have the guts to fire him, and he can keep making those mistakes. The same whole fixing the penalties with the delay of games. We're gonna work to fix that. Watch it happen later on down in the season. Watch it happen in a crucial game in like week 18 against the Cincinnati Bengals. There's gonna be 2 delay of game penalties. Watch it happen, and then people are gonna look around and say, "Didn't you say you're gonna fix it?" Oh well, you don't have the guts to fire Greg Roman, so. Do you really? Why should he focus on fixing it? I'm not going anywhere. You're not going to fire me. You don't have the guts to do it. So I'm going to keep doing what I've always been doing. That's what you brought me here to do, right? So I'm going to keep doing what I do. I'm not going to work to improve. If you're showing no sign of firing me, why should I improve? I envy that man's position. I wish I could do that. I really wish I could do that. Huntley was horrible against the Steelers. Yes, he was. But you're going to have some good and bad games. I didn't blame Huntley for his overall performances. You know, he did what he could. But, yeah, he did have some good and bad performances. As a Commanders fan, I hope the Ravens fans are dumb enough to pressure the team into releasing Lamar. He'd look sweet with their offense. Man, if Lamar... Listen, that would be the only place... That would be the only place where I could sit back and accept Lamar. If somehow he left the Ravens and ended up on the Commanders, I'd sit back and say, you know what? I'm hurt, but I can live with it. That means the Commanders have an actual chance to go somewhere in the playoffs and potentially win a championship. Lamar had us 8-3 with an injured team, and we treat him... Yeah, we do. We treat him so poorly. Hey, let's see if they're actually going to score and take the lead here. They need a touchdown. Come on, Pickett. Come on, Pickett. What you got? Come on, defense. Come on, defense. How do you respond? They're going to run this year with Snell, and he gets a touchdown. And the Steelers regain the lead. If that was the case, Lamar is staying in Landover, Maryland. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Roman is for real straight up invincible. I envy that man at this point. You can make the same mistakes you've been making since 2013 and not change and improve at anything and still be employed. That's true. I mean... I'd love it. I'd love it, bro. I'd love it. I'd love to be in that type of position. Greg Roman was in his office eating donuts, laughing, laid back in his chair. Yeah, I mean, why not? I can relax. You're not going to fire me. I'm not going anywhere. You see how Harbaugh tried to defend him with coming out the huddle so late, and then the second half, nothing changed? I mean, he tries. That's just what he does. That's his guy. That's his guy, so he's going to continue to do what he can do. Pickett picks up the 2, and it's a 7-point game. All right, Steelers up 7. 10 minutes left to go in the game. Likely, how mad at Roman could I continue to be? I don't think he can be mad at Roman. He's just doing what they're paying him to do. I can't be mad at him anymore. I told you after that video, I'm not mad at Greg Roman. I have no reason to be mad. He's doing what Baltimore's paying him to do. So he's not going to get fired. You can yell at him and say Greg Roman needs to be fired. He's not going anywhere. He's going to walk into his office every day knowing his job security is at 110%. He's not going anywhere. Hey, I feel bad for the rookie wide receiver we get if we draft one because the fans will likely expect too much of him instead of holding the coaches accountable for not adding depth to the wide receiver room. It happens every year. It happens every year. Harbaugh and EDC know the pros and cons about Roman, and they still took the risk. They're fine with him because Greg Roman does what they want him to do. Dan Snyder's position is another I envy. Man is a Class S criminal and still rolling in money. That man ain't rolling in money right now. That man is, they're suing him right now. That man does not have money, bro. There's a big reason why he's trying to sell the team. He needs that money. They're trying to sue him. But yeah, that's just the type of situation we see in Baltimore. Greg Roman's not going anywhere, and the sooner people just accept it, the better off we'll all be.
because he's not going anywhere. It is what it is at the end of the day. And it's unfortunate, but this is it is what it is. But that's just life, man. That's just life. That's just life of being a Ravens fan. You're gonna have to deal with Greg Roman until he did. Greg Roman will probably retire before they actually kick this man out of here. They do it every year with our wide receivers. They did it with Hollywood, and now they're doing it with Bateman. Ain't nothing gonna change. They're gonna keep on doing it. They called Hollywood a madman. He was right the whole time. He was. Unfortunately, it's not like he benefited from where he went. He chose to go to Arizona. Or no, he didn't choose, so they traded him to Arizona. But I'm pretty sure he had a say in where he wanted to go. He wanted to go play with his old friend Kyler, his old college buddy. And that didn't exactly work out for him or the Cardinals, because he did end up getting injured, and the Cardinals aren't going anywhere. But he wasn't wrong. Oh, boy, was he not wrong. Matt Ryan ain't doing a damn thing right now. You ain't doing a damn thing right now. Is it a coincidence that multiple Hall of Famers have sneaked this Roman on live television? He still has a job. No, it's not a coincidence. So, I mean, it's not a coincidence. It is what it is, guys. He's not going anywhere. Nothing's really going to change. You just have to accept it. I've heard people say that John Harbaugh picks dudes who would never outshine him as an offense coordinator, so he has job security, because with all the offense coordinators we've had to fire, only one man remains. Just a theory. Whether it's true or not, I mean, it is what it is. That doesn't help his case when you're still losing games and you can't get anywhere in the playoffs. At some point, your job's going to be on the line too. That's just how things go. But if this is just how things are going to be, so be it. It is what it is. Nothing I can do, The Ravens are fine with what they have. They think Greg Roman is their guy. They're absolutely fine with it. Nothing I could really say, There's 8 minutes left to go in this game. Oh, boy, 8 minutes left to go. I cannot. I'm not going to be here for much longer. I've been here for over an hour. I'm getting ready to head off. I'm probably going to cut this off at 11 because I'm not trying to be here the entire time. But, yeah, Lamar Jackson dealing with the media. Ravens, same old story with them. Nothing's really going to change. They're going to continue to run it back and pretend everything's fine and dandy. I'm so annoyed. I almost seriously said sign AB because our receivers are trash. You can sign AB. He's not going to do anything to improve this mess. Well, damn. Ooh. Well, I'm done. All right, Greg Roman will only make a change unless he's forced to, and he has no choice. He's not making a change. He's not going anywhere. Why would he have to make a change if they're not going to force him to make a change? I mean, he's not going anywhere, bro. His job is secure. He ain't got to worry about nothing. Man is calm, cool, and collected. He ain't got no worries. He got nothing to worry about at all. He's living life. He's doing his thing. He ain't got nothing to worry about. But yeah, he ain't got nothing to worry about. Nothing's really going to change. This is what it is in Baltimore. We should fire Harbaugh and Roman, then hire Saturday and Adam Gase. Sure, George. We'll get right on that. Anyway, it's time for me to wrap up here. I wasn't trying to be here for long, and I was certainly not going to stick around for the end of this game. Quick, just to recap this whole live stream. Lamar Jackson and versus the media, as always. They came after him for how he... Where the heck did you come from? You done scared the hell out of me as I'm making a recap of my live stream. You done scared the hell out of me.
All I did was walk in. You ain't hear me sing?
No! I got headphones on. I'm not hearing much.
I'm sorry about that.
It's all good. Let's try this again without getting scared to death. Alright, so Lamar Jackson versus the media. Media came after him again regarding his comment, or regarding his response to a fan that talked about, or that at least went at him in regards to him having to step up if he really wants that contract. Media took that. Jameson wrote that article saying that what he was saying was hateful towards gay people. Whatever. Media, because he basically told him to eat a, you know what I mean. They said that comment is anti-gay. It's hate towards gay people.
Bro, wait. Do you know how many straight men tell their homeboy eat a dick?
It's called an insult.
No,
Jameson, I know. That's just how it is. But Jameson wrote an article.
Jameson who?
Jameson, he's one of the Ravens media guy, and
Lamar
ESPN. I guess so, according to the media. Which again, I mean, he called him out and said that's defamation of my character. I could sue you for that.
It's definitely sue him. Like what?
But yeah, the media comes out, says that nonsense. At the end of the day, it is what it is. You kind of just live with it. Lamar, at the end of the day, is just going to be him, and he's just going to have to move forward. As for the Ravens, ain't nothing going to change. Greg Roman's not going anywhere. It is what it is. You just got to accept it.
I get it. He's a famous person, but that's a 25-year-old. If you coming at my neck, I'm going to come back for you too. Like, I'm confused.
These people are human, but they continue to forget it.
He's not supposed to be human. He's not supposed to have a reaction. He was frustrated.
It is what it is.
Over here talking mad nonsense. I'm going to come at you like, what the hell wrong with you?
It is what it is, bro. That's how the media is. That's just what it is.
There's a 25-year-old man. You thought he was. It's not okay. I'm understanding you talking about he like 40 or something.
Yo, what happened to Najee?
His mid-20s. He's living life.
It is what it is, man.
He gonna come from back.
It is what it is, man. Where the hell is Najee Harris? Did he get injured?
Ooh, my throat hurts. Oh God.
Holy crap, he got injured. They just putting Snell out here. All right, that's cool. That's just my life then. Anyway, I'm gonna head out here. Ravens ain't changing. We'll probably be back talk about something this week. We gotta deal with the Broncos this week, so I'll probably be back to talk about that. Yeah, Ravens ain't gonna change. The media is always gonna be the media. You just gotta live with what we gotta deal with here, and it is what it is. Anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by for this live stream. I kind of wanted it to... I didn't think it'd be over an hour. I was trying to go for 30 minutes. But, you know, these streams never go... These streams always just somehow linger and go on because we just go back and forth with the comments. But, well, back and forth with the chat, and we just kind of go at it. Anyway, it is what it is. I appreciate... You good over there?
No, I'm dying.
All right. Best of luck.
Thanks.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'm out of here, man. Peace. Go get some cough medicine or something.